You've just launched your dream business. You've meticulously crafted every detail. You've set up your Google business profile, yet you're still not ranking in Google's local pack. Meanwhile, your competitors are at the top of the pack and you can't figure out what are they doing that you're not doing. Now, I understand you probably don't have time to optimize every detail of your profile. So in this video, I will rank the elements of your Google business profile from S tier down to F tier so you know exactly where to focus your effort. Okay, let me explain how the tiers are going to work. S tier, these are your absolute must-haves that will have the biggest impact on both your rankings and your customer trust. A tier, these are highly impactful factors that will drive both rankings and conversions. B tier, these are solid, worthwhile sections that help but aren't critical. C tier, these are nice to haves but won't necessarily move the ranking needle much. D tier, these are low value items, you can probably skip them. And F tier, these are absolutely a waste of time with no real payoff. You can ignore them and save your time. So let's get right into it. Okay, let's start with the primary category. The primary category that you set on your Google business profile is basically telling Google this is what your business does. And so this is why I put this in the S tier as absolutely one of the most important things you can optimize on your Google business profile. And the big tip is that you must choose the category that most closely reflects what you want to rank for. The best example is don't choose law firm if you're a criminal defense lawyer, choose criminal defense attorney. That will really help you rank for criminal defense related terms. So next up, we have the additional categories. They're right underneath the primary category, and they're also very, very important. By adding additional categories, you're basically telling Google that these are all the additional things that you want to rank for. So make sure you fill out as many additional categories that are relevant for your business. And this is why I would put additional categories in the A tier, which is really convenient because it starts with an A. All right, next we have the appointment URL. The appointment URL is kind of useful because when you fill that out, you can send it to either a booking system or you can just send them to your contact page that might have a contact form. That's totally fine. It's a great field. Lots of businesses leave it empty because they're like, we don't have a booking system, but it's a good idea to fill it out and send people to your contact page. And so because it doesn't actually directly impact rankings, I'm gonna put this one into the C tier. Next, let's talk about the service areas section of your Google business profile. Let's say you're a service area business like a plumber or a painter. So imagine you're in Chicago, but you also, willing to help people in all the suburbs of Chicago. So you're thinking, I'm gonna go and I put all of these different service areas into my Google business profile. This one is actually a local search myth. It's useful only to draw a little red outline on your map, but they don't impact rankings. So this is why I'm putting service areas under F tier. It's a local SEO myth. It has almost no value. There's really no point in filling out the service areas, and this surprises a lot of people. Next, let's talk about your business hours. Joy Hawkins did some amazing research and she showed that your business hours directly impact rankings. What Google will do is if your business is open, you're more likely to rank. If your business is closed, Google's not likely to show your business. So this is actually pretty important. It's a significant factor. It's a hard one to manipulate because your hours are your hours. That's why I'm putting this one under B tier. It has an impact, but there's not a lot you can do about it. Other than one tip, which is you can extend your hours a little bit or set it to time that you answer your phone. That's also a valid way. If you have a brick and mortar business though, and people are driving into your business, your hours just really have to be the hours that people can open the front door and come into your business. All right, next we're gonna talk about products. In the new merchant experience, the NMX, that's what they've called the thing that you edit your Google business profile in. There's a section for products. You can add a photo, you can add a description of the products. It's pretty useful. Local SEOs know based on testing that this section doesn't directly impact ranking. So like, let's say you put some keywords into these products. It doesn't really help your Google business profile rank in the local pack for the terms that you're putting into the product section. But this section has great visibility on the profile, so I highly recommend that you still fill it out. And because of this, I'm putting it under C tier. It's valuable, but it's not really much of a ranking booster. Now, there's another way to get product into your Google Business Profile, and that is by adding products through what's called Merchant Center. So Merchant Center is Google's kind of shopping thing where you can upload all of your product inventory into Merchant Center, and then you can connect your Merchant Center account to your Google Business Profile. This actually will impact rankings when people are searching for a specific product. Then when someone searches for that specific product, your Google Business Profile is more likely to come up. So because products in the Merchant Center directly impact rankings, I'm putting this one under the B tier. Let's talk about a thing called spam fighting. So spam fighting is when you see a competitor in the local search results and they are doing something that's breaking Google's guidelines. They either are stuffing keywords in their name or they're getting fake reviews. What you can do is you can report those businesses, and now if Google takes action and suspends the business, they will drop in the rankings and you will move up. But the problem is that Google is so unlikely to take action on spammy competitors that it's almost a futile activity. It's like you get a maybe 20% success rate when you're reporting all these competitors. And so because of that, I'm putting this one under D tier. I've discussed some pretty important factors so far, but some of the most important ones are still coming up. And I'm going to tell you about a single factor that you could implement that will have the greatest impact on your rankings. I've seen businesses explode to #1 overnight just by doing this one change to the Google Business Profile. But first, let's look at adding your website URL to your Google Business Profile. This is actually super critical because your Google Business Profile only has so much information on it. You need to enter your website URL, and it's almost like connecting your Google Business Profile with a whole database of information about your business. That's why I'm giving the website URL field an A tier. Next, let's talk about the Google Posts or the Google Update section. A lot of SEOs will say total waste of time, completely useless. And that's because multiple studies have shown that there doesn't seem to be a direct impact on rankings by doing Google Posts, either the frequency of them or putting keywords into them. So SEOs are like, why bother? Well, I'm going to tell you why you should bother. And it's because Google Posts have incredible visibility. I like to think of them as like free ad space on your Google Business Profile. One of the mistakes I see business owners making all the time is they will be pumping posts onto their Instagram and Facebook and nobody sees them. And not only that, the only people that do see them are the people that are already the company's fans. I'm not saying stop social, but I'm saying invest some of that effort on your Google Business Profile because people see them, and it's a great opportunity to either tell them why they should hire you or talk about specific specials, bring them into specific services you offer. It's a great section. I love it. Google Posts forever. And that's why I put them under the C tier. Photos and videos on your Google Business Profile. This section is pretty important. A lot of businesses are ignoring this section, but I actually think it has a very significant impact on rankings. You know how they say a photo is worth 1,000 words? I'm going to say a video is worth 10,000 words. It's true. Google is using AI to understand the contents of your photos. And so when you add photos on a regular basis to your Google Business Profile, one, it shows Google that you're active. And two, all of the information in the photos adds additional relevancy to your Google Business Profile. And I have seen businesses improve rankings just by implementing a regular photo upload strategy. And that's why I'm putting photos and videos under the A tier. And this is one of the biggest myths in the SEO sphere, geotagging images. Okay, this one grinds my gears. It drives me crazy when I see people promoting the idea of geotagging images. It has been proven time and time again that adding geo coordinates and stuffing the metadata on your images has no impact on rankings. So don't do it. It's a total waste of time. F tier. You might have noticed that your Google Business Profile has this Q&A section, and most business owners only think that that's when a customer has a question. But in your new merchant experience, the NMX, where you're editing your profile, Google even has a section in there for Q&A. They're encouraging you to add your own questions. So you know how on your website you have frequently asked questions? Put them on your Google Business Profile. And I'm going to advise you to also put in really salesy type questions like, why should I hire your business?
You should hire us because we have all these awards and we've got a 5.0 rating and we're the best in all of my city.
All those questions and answers won't directly impact rankings, but I still think it's a valuable section to fill out, and that's why I'm putting it under the D tier. How about services? There's a section on your Google Business profile where you can add services. You can add them under every single category that your Google Business profile has. And so services was one of those things that for the longest time, local SEO said, there's no impact on ranking. Again, credit to Joy Hawkins. She did some research on this and she found a direct correlation with optimizing the services section and rankings. Filling out the services section for every single service that you offer and adding a detailed description, highly recommended activity. And that's why I'm putting this one under the B tier. And how about filling out that address field? Obviously, every business has an address. Some businesses, of course, are service area business and they don't show the address in the profile, but every Google Business profile is associated with the location on the map. And that's either defined by the pin or by the address that you have entered. This is an interesting thing because it's not really manipulatable. You can't change it. Your address is your address, but it's a strong factor in Google because of what we call proximity. So if someone is sitting across the street from your business and they search for your business type, you're very likely to be number one because you're so close to them. How close you are to the searcher has a huge impact on your ability to rank. And so that's why I'm putting this element under the A tier. Here's a favorite place for people to stuff keywords into their Google Business profile, the description field. Every SEO on TikTok and YouTube loves to talk about this and they're like, you want to optimize a profile?
You gotta get your keywords in the description.
The reality is that Google has been on record and it has been tested that keywords in the description have no impact on rankings. But I do like a well-written description. I think it's something worth filling out on your profile. I just think you should write it in a way that is compelling. You're telling people about your business, what it does, and why they should hire you. So write that section for conversions, not for rankings. And because it's a conversion, not a ranking factor, I give this one a D tier. Recently, Google added the ability to add your social media links to your Google Business profile. This is very valuable because it allows you to connect your business with your social profiles, hooking up a whole bunch of additional data that Google maybe didn't know before. It's a whole bunch of new relevancy factors that Google can use to rank your business. That's why I give this one a C tier. Back in the day, there was this feature on your Google Business profile called messaging, and Google had its own messaging app and you could, send out like a message to the business. They got rid of it and they've replaced it with, you can either enter your phone number for text messaging or a WhatsApp number for messaging. This is actually pretty valuable because it gives people that don't want to pick up the phone a direct way to contact you via text. And so I really like it. I think it's worthwhile doing. Just the fact of adding it's not going to impact your rankings, but it will allow you to increase conversions by people that want to text you. And that's why I give it a D tier. How about reviews? Everybody probably knows that reviews have a big impact on both your ability to rank and your ability to convert from your Google Business profile. So there's a few things that really matter in reviews. One is your rating. You definitely want to have a high rating. Anything less than a 4.7, not looking so good. And you want to have a lot of reviews. But it's important to know that it's not just the number of reviews, it's actually the frequency and the recency of getting reviews. I did a whole video recently on how important it is to get reviews coming in on a consistent basis. You can watch it. I think there's like a little thing up here on the right you could click, and I'll also link it down in the description. But reviews are hands down one of the most powerful signals you can impact to drive your local rankings. So you want to get lots of them and you want to keep them coming in on a regular basis, and they must be real reviews from real customers. You can't buy your reviews. And because they're so powerful and so impactful, I'm giving reviews an S tier. Now, also, it's important to respond to reviews. You can go into your Google Business profile, you can reply to anyone that's left you a review. I love this. I think it's very important. If someone said, hey, we love your business, and then you just stared at them, then that would be weird. So if someone takes the time to leave your review, reply and thank them for the review and make it personal to their experience with your business. But here's a factor that lots of people talk about that is not a factor: stuffing keywords into the owner responses. You might hear people talk about this. It is not a factor. Responding to reviews is a good idea, but it won't impact your rankings. Stuffing keywords into the owner responses of reviews is a totally stupid idea. And so because of that, I'm giving keywords in owner responses an F tier. It's a don't do it, don't waste your time. How about adding the attributes to your profile? If you go all the way to the very end when you're editing a profile, you'll see a section and you can actually check off attributes like it's a women-led, it's a veteran-led. These things actually have an impact on your ranking. So if someone searches for, veteran-owned restaurants and you have that attribute turned on, you can actually rank better. And so because of that, I'm giving this a B tier. And I saved the very best for last. The number one most impactful thing you can do on your Google business profile is get keywords into the business name. And now hold up. Yes, you can get your profile suspended if you just go and edit your profile and stuff keywords in it. So I'm not advising you to do that, but I'm telling you that this is the most powerful factor on your Google business profile. If you have direct match of keywords to what the person searched in your business name, you're gonna rank, and you're gonna rank really well. It has a massive impact. Google has put way too much weight on this. So what you could do though is register a doing business as name and kind of update your name officially with the state, update your official documentation with your bank and other official sources, update your logo, update your website, and update all your mentions across the web. If you did that, then you are actually legitimately operating as that revised business name that has the keywords in it, and then you can actually update your Google business profile. And you can update it without breaking the guidelines because you are now operating under that name. I've advised a number of businesses to do this, and every time, boom, straight to the top of the rankings. It's a bit of a tricky one. It takes effort to do it, but it is hands down the most powerful thing you can do if you want to rank in the local pack. And that's my Google business profile tier list. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree with any of my rankings. And if you're into local SEO, subscribe to the YouTube channel, check out some of my other videos, tons of tips. And for those of you that stuck around long enough, here's a little secret. I'm working on the local search ranking factors for 2025, and I'll be releasing it soon. So stay tuned, that's coming soon. All right, see you everybody.